For Paco Roca, illustration is also a way to warn people against the dangers of fascism and dictatorship. The renowned comic book artist from Valencia views it as a crucial form of expression in Spain. With his latest book, he wants to keep the atrocities of the Franco regime alive, even 50 years later.
I want to give voice to people who were silenced by the dictatorship. My comic, The Abyss of Oblivion, makes us aware of what can happen when we are ruled by such a regime. It shows us real human emotions.
Francisco Franco first came to power in 1936 through a military coup, eventually ruling all of Spain as a dictator until his death in 1975. His regime banned opposition parties, imprisoned dissidents in camps, and murdered hundreds of thousands of people. Paco Roca is concerned about recent survey results indicating 1 in 5 young Spaniards can imagine living under a dictatorship. Some are even joining far-right groups. At this demonstration, they're chanting, "This is the Spanish youth."
Today, being rebellious means being far-right. The real danger is that all these people will reach voting age and vote for right-wing parties. They don't know what the Nazi era and the Franco regime actually meant.
That's why Paco Roca regularly visits schools, like this one in Godella. He talks about his books, Spanish history, dictatorship and democracy.
The mistakes of the past can happen again. Many people no longer see the Franco dictatorship as something that bad.
Students see new media as a particular risk.
Many politicians exploit disinformation on social media. I'm on there too. I see it happening. There are fake stories everywhere and constant deception.
My generation scares me, especially what they spread on social media. A lot of people have very radical views. Even teachers are surprised by the phenomenon. Young people growing up with so much freedom now showing interest for authoritarian governments. Our civil rights have become so taken for granted that young people no longer appreciate them. I believe they don't really understand what it means to live without freedom. Many young Spaniards are angry at the government, at the major parties. And some end up here with España 2000, a party that has had no political success, regionally or nationally. On their Facebook page, young people can be seen giving the Nazi salute. Why do they choose this form of protest against the mainstream parties? Their answers are vague. What draws me to this ideology? It's the only one that gives me hope. No other party gives me any hope. Among the students who attended Paco Roca's talk, we didn't find any Franco sympathizers. On the contrary, they hope that comics and talks like these will help their generation rediscover the value of democracy.
These talks are really important, not just because we get to know Paco Roca's work, which is great, but because they carry a message and deal with things that are true, things that have been verified.
Paco Roca fears that far-right extremists could one day regain power in Spain, even if that doesn't look to be likely at the moment. But he says many people simply underestimate the danger.
It's sad that in many countries, these kinds of parties probably have to come to power first, for 10 or 15 years, before people decide to go the other way again.
And so he carries on, warning his readers against the dangers of forgetting, using his art to support a strong democracy.